In 2013, for the third consecutive year, Inrap carried out an excavation in Cambodia, near the international airport of Siem Reap, on the edge of the West Barai, the vast reservoir created by the Khmer rulers on the Angkor plain. The dig was part of a project being implemented by Inrap in tandem with the extension of Siem Reap Angkor International Airport, with support from VINCI Airports and its subsidiary Cambodia Airports, which manages the airport, and Apsara, the authority for the protection and management of Angkor. The Tropeing Svai site was located by LiDAR, a remote sensing system that uses lasers. The site had never been excavated before, with two hollows and a tumulus that might correspond to a dwelling. The goal of the dig was to establish a stratigraphic connection with a former canal underneath the airport runway.
Un habitat, mais un temple qui a été entièrement démonté à une époque ancienne. C'est un site qui doit être construit dans le milieu du Xe siècle, mais qui très rapidement, dans le courant du XIe siècle, est intégralement désossé. Donc il ne nous reste de lui que son fantôme.
Sur cette carte, toutes les zones grisées sont des sites archéologiques. Cette année, il a fini cette zone-là, il a fini ce canal angkorien qui passe sous la piste. Donc voilà, et on voit effectivement que l'aéroport est cerné par des sites archéologiques.
3 sites were due to be excavated in the course of the 2013 dig, with a special focus on Prasat Prey, which means forest temple in Khmer. The Prasat Prey site is near the airport's fuel reserves. The area near the central tower had already been partially excavated in 1933. In February 2013, when the archaeologists arrived on the site, the only visible evidence were the few bricks projecting from the surface of a mound of earth. Collapsed building material and looting had buried the rest of the tower under a massive pile of sediment and bricks, which ultimately protected the construction. In 2 months of excavation, the archaeologists uncovered the central tower as far as the occupation layer, where they found a paved floor and brick steps leading to the interior of the temple. Within the fill of the post holes of the columns that would have supported a wooden gallery at the time when the temple was used, they found a stoneware container, probably a funerary urn, and a ceramic conch used in religious ceremonies. In 1933, the door of the sanctuary was intact, but in the 1980s, looters smashed in the door to get at the sacred treasure stored in the central tower, a little hoard of precious stones and metals placed under the statue of the deity, like this rose quartz found in the rubble left by the looters.
On a ici l'empreinte dans les briques, le négatif, l'emplacement exact de la pierre. Les autres blocs correspondent au pied droit, donc les dalles verticales qui étaient disposées de part et d'autre de la porte, qui montaient ici. Et on a les éléments d'un linteau technique qui venait fermer l'ensemble et qui donnait de la cohésion. C'est la première fois qu'elle bouge depuis 80 ans, à peu près jour pour jour. Surtout, on va pouvoir voir l'autre face.
No traces of decoration were found on the sandstone blocks making up the threshold and the doorway, which may indicate that the building was unfinished.
On a plein d'indices, plein d'informations qui nous apprennent que ce site n'a jamais été terminé. Ce programme de construction s'est arrêté, probablement pour des raisons économiques, mais on n'a pas de... on a un arrêt des constructions et un abandon de la décoration.
A trench opened up north of the central tower revealed the existence of a hitherto completely unknown brick tower that had been concealed inside a mound of earth, and behind it, an associated platform, also made of brick. Large post holes in the paved floor indicate the position of columns that would have supported a small wooden temple, probably from the 9th century. Although the temple was never finished, occupation of the site, which probably began in the 9th century, continued until the 14th century.
Quelque chose de surprenant, on a une autre chaussée, un autre chemin en briques qu'on n'a pas avant, on ne sait pas où il va. Ça fera peut-être l'objet d'une fouille complémentaire l'année prochaine.
The overall goal of the project remains to work on questions linked to habitation sites, to interactions between villages and fields, rather than on the temples themselves. Large-scale excavation is carried out using a mechanical digger on the site as a whole to try and understand the layout of the ruins, and also using stratigraphic relationships, how the buildings were linked with each other, starting from the central tower.
Des superficies qui sont considérables, donc on a la possibilité en une fouille, en une fois, de comprendre un site dans sa globalité. Il ne s'agit pas de faire des sondages de taille réduite, même si on peut en tirer énormément d'informations. Il s'agit de comprendre un site globalement et ses interactions avec le milieu.
Training young Cambodian archaeologists in field techniques is an integral part of the 5-year project, as is explaining the heritage to the villagers and the inhabitants of the surrounding area.
À ma santé. Alors vous êtes les enfants du village de Pomprey, et ce village, il s'est organisé depuis l'époque ancienne des grands rois d'Angkor autour du temple de Prasat Prey et autour de son bassin.
តាំងឆ្នាំ1920ហើយដល់ពេលឆ្នាំ1933ហ្នឹងមានគេធ្វើជាកំណាយមួយតែបែបទ្រង់ទ្រាយតូចហើយគេរកឃើញនេះព្រះព្រំសម្រាប់ព្រះព្រំហ្នឹងគឺជាបដិមាមួយដែលយើងរកឃើញនៅប្រាសាទព្រៃនេះឃើញស្អាតអត់
Brahma, c'est très facile. Il a ses visages de chaque côté. Brahma construit, Shiva détruit, Brahma reconstruit, Vishnu protège. À chaque fois que ça va mal, trop mal, destruction, reconstruction.
Traces of cults or statues of deities found during the dig, fragments of a statue of Ganesha, the elephant god, a yoni connected with worship of Shiva and Vishnu, proved that the temple was used even though it was unfinished.
On a ici une main qui appartient à un Vishnu, et cette très très belle petite main a été trouvée dans la tour nord. Donc sur un sanctuaire comme ça, c'est également un emplacement logique pour une chapelle dédiée à ce dieu. Donc on a 2 fragments de bras et une main appartenant à ce Vishnu.
Donc on sait qu'il y a un moment où on a prié ces 4 dieux ici. En même temps ou pas, ça, c'est la question.
The next dig is scheduled to take place in 2014. It will focus on the tumuli of Prasat Prey, corresponding to ancient dwellings located in the temple precinct as they are today, and 2 other sites near the airport, Kokniak Takong and CP707 at the end of the runway.